You ready for roll call? Madam Clerk? If you would, please call the roll. We'll call it to order.
Commissioner Gammon? Here. Commissioner Gooch?
Here.
Commissioner Buchanan?
Here.
Commissioner McAdoo?
Here.
Commissioner Key?
Here.
Chairman Ketron?
Here, we have a quorum. Chairman, members, I will entertain a motion to approve the minutes from our August 17th meeting. Is there a motion?
Mr. Chair, I've read those minutes and find everything to be in order. My motion is to approve.
Thank you, Commissioner Gooch. And second, Commissioner Cook. Any discussion? Deletions or additions? Seeing none, all of those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. All opposed? Motion carries. Members, next on the agenda is we took under advisement from our August 17th meeting. We have our Type 2 ambulances from EMS. We had 2 sealed bids received. We mailed out 7, and we got 2 back. Scotty, if you'd come up and explain to us what you're thinking, what decision you have made.
So after we finished everything to the last meeting, I was $2,744 over budget. So tonight I want to make a motion to, to go ahead and accept the 2 Type 2s from MedX for $73,986. That's a piece. That's for 2. That's one thing. And then my remounts, I'm going to rebid those. So at the September 21st meeting, she got it sent out, so we'll have bid opens on those. So what I did on those, I sent out for an E450 with an extended cab. So what I did, I sent out the same order plus dropping back down to an E350 without the extended cab. So I think once those come back, I'll still be able to do 1 of each, and I'll be under my budget. So, but tonight I would like to accept this $73,986 for the Type 2s from MedX. I think the other one was like $94,000 or something.
Okay, members, so you've heard the explanation. We've got a motion. Commissioner Cook, Commissioner Buchanan on the second is to accept the Ford 2021 Transit rear-wheel drive MedX is the ambulance brand for a total of $73,986. Am I correct? Okay, a piece. Any further discussion? Seeing none. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. All opposed. Motion carries.
And that's all I got. And like I said, I'll have the rebid on the 21st.
Members, Commissioner Gooch is going to pass that around. If you just put your signature on it, and we'll get that taken care of. They're rebidding the remounts, correct, Scotty? Next, we have the fire uniforms. Well, I'd like to welcome Chief back. Chief Farley's been out 6 weeks with surgery, but he's making his way forward, and
He looks a little thinner.
we're glad to have him back. The surgeon said he was
It's good to be back.
he was okay to come back. He can't lift more than 10 pounds, and he's already told his wife that.
She one time in the chair. If you'll notice the sheet we just passed out, everything in yellow was the lowest bid. We are currently with Summit right now, and the issue we've had is getting 511 garments from them. We still got stuff from April we've ordered that we haven't received. I come here prepared tonight to give everything that's in yellow under CMS, but after talking to CMS this week, I called and asked them about what's their availability to get 511. The manufacturing of 511 is in California, and you cough out there and they shut everything down. So the problem is they're having trouble getting the 511 garments. So I'll do whatever y'all ask me to do, but my recommendation is that we give everything to Galls. If you'll notice down at the bottom, the total number of all the garments as a whole is cheaper, is a little bit more expensive than, no, it's the cheapest one for Galls over the overall cost. And the reason I want to go with Galls is because Galls has a warehouse the size of Rockville High School where they house all this 511 stuff. So the biggest supplier of 511 in the southeast United States. And we order stuff, we can get it within a day or a week if it's embroidered. And we talked to CMS and we asked them what their availability was to be able to produce the 511. They said it would be hard to come by. And the same thing with Summit. So these smaller uniform companies are having a problem. They don't have the capability to house that much uniforms. But like I say, Galls has a massive warehouse where they house all that stuff and keep it on hand so we can get it more availably.
Well, I think that, out of the four bottom line, I think they came in $2 cheaper, the way it looks to me, if you're looking at the total bid.
Now, we'll call your attention up here under Summit, the job shirt, which is a winter garment. If you'll notice, they're $55 at Summit. They're cheaper. For Galls, they're $65, and at CMS, they're $56. But this is a garment they buy and they wear for at least 3 or 4 years, so they don't wear it all the time. And we're starting, really, a lot of them are starting to transition to jackets away from those. So that's not a hot item that they will buy a lot. But basically, the overall price is lower under Galls, and because of the availability to get it quickly, because if we hire somebody, we order from these other small companies, it may take 4 or 5 months just to get it. And of course, because of the pandemic, 511's been shut down so much in California is the issue with it. So that's my recommendation, but I'll do whatever you ask me to do.
Another thing, fabric is hard to get a hold of. They've held up fabric on me, different companies, because of the pandemic excuses.
Yeah.
Commissioner Key?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. So first I want to say thank you for breaking this down. I think that's what we had asked for, and we wanted to see the breakdown of it individually, what the cheapest prices were. But I make a motion that we go with Chief's recommendation for Galls.
Now, if you'll notice right there under Galls, the $14 for the winter beanie cap, they're $6 at CMS. I'll either order them through CMS or I'll outsource it to Works Group here in the county. We can get that we can beat $14, so I'm not going to purchase that. But we do have we will have hats and toboggans, and I was advised by my lieutenant that you wanted a hat and Mr. Gooch wanted a toboggan, so when I get those, I'll make sure you get one.
I'll be large, it'll be extra large.
I'll second it.
Got a motion and a second. Any further discussion?
I guess just a little more discussion because you talked about the 511 tactical stuff. Galls, if just looking at it, is the highest bidder on almost everything. So I guess I need a little bit more understanding of what a 511.
Well, basically, it's just the product. You have like Levi's and Wranglers. You have Carhartt. It's just a name brand. It's what we spec'd out. And like I say, but the CMS and Summit are kind of a local, smaller uniform company. I mean, they do Nashville, so they're a good size. But Galls is the leading uniform supplier for 511 in the southeast. This all is manufactured in California, so when they shut down, it makes it harder, and these smaller companies can't get it as quickly but Galls warehouses a big warehouse of all 511 stuff, so it's easier to get.
They have a obviously more of this in stock.
Yes, sir. They,
For a longer
like I say,
period of time.
if you're familiar with Rockville High School, they have a warehouse that big that they house all this stuff and they keep it on hand because they sell so much of it. And that's the only reason I'm going with them, because the availability. I can go with CMS and get it cheaper, but it may take me 6 months to get one uniform.
I understand. Thank you.
And also, before you vote, if you look under CMS where it says Blower, the flex pants, that's what these are. They're dress pants that I buy, and we'll purchase them from CMS because they are cheaper. They said Blower was an issue for them to get, but 511 is difficult. So the Blower pants will be CMS. The winter beanie will be CMS or a different company. I'm going to get a better price on that, but everything else will be under Dawes.
Any further discussion? Got a motion and a second? All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. All opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you,
Chief.
Thank you very much.
Commissioner. Next, members, we've got a new bid for the articulating aerial platform, towable. This is coming for maintenance. The members, what we're planning on doing is this is a lift that was in their budget. We talked about it, for those on public safety, we talked about several items we brought before.
Only one more.
We brought it to public safety the other day and showed all the items that EMS, Fire and Rescue, several EMA had requested in their budget, but we took it out. I removed those things out of their budget so we could make things balance, knowing that we had the Gov 21 grant coming in from the legislature after July 1. So now that we have that grant of 1.7 million, it's allowing us to go back in and restore those things that these departments have requested. So the one thing that they actually maintenance had requested two things. One was another person, but we can't do that because it's recurring. What you see before us today is one item. Maintenance is requesting to buy a lift, non-recurring dollars that will come out of that Grant 21 fund from the legislature. This is a bid to get a knuckle boom, towable, 50-foot bi-energy, nifty lift. It's got less than 180 hours in it. I have personally gone online and looked and looked and looked. I found one in Quebec. I found one in Seattle. These lifts are just almost impossible to try to find, and to find a new one, you can't find one. So this is used, but it's only got 180 hours on it, so it might as well being considered. And everything I looked at was 50,000 and above for these lifts. But what this will do will allow Mr. Mankin, and Rob is here tonight, to be able to put our Christmas decorations on the courthouse, decorate the tree. They'll be able to go into parking lots and change out light bulbs at a high level. Because what we're having to do right now, Rob's having to go down and rent one every time we need to get anything above a ladder for the county. So we think that this, if they need to get up on a roof and check it, we'll have this, and it's towable. And then it has a motor on it where you'll be able to drive it from the time that you unhook it from your truck, and then put the outriggers down and then lift it up. Commissioner Key.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Chairman. So this one is, since it's used, it is available now?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So the new one would have been 6 months delivery, or you determined it'd be a long time?
Brand new one, yeah.
So that's good, yeah.
This is a specific brand, it's a Nifty Lift, which is one of the ones we really like. But even if you've got a different brand that makes the same kind of lift, they're all 6 months out.
Is there any warranty left on it?
That's a good question. I don't see that he's put warranty on here. Most of these come with like 1-year parts and labor. It's not based on the number of hours. So I don't have the year on this, but I'm guessing it's out of warranty, like factory warranty.
Okay.
Yeah, it's, Nifty Lift is a name brand.
Yeah, they're actually made in the UK, I believe. They're based out of Greer, South Carolina, here in the States. But you'll see it.
Yeah, we've used this exact, we've rented this exact model before and worked out
Okay.
perfect.
Is there a motion?
I'll make a motion to accept.
Motion. Second. Second. Commissioner Cook. On second, any further discussion? $32,000, that's the only bid we got. Carol, there's one right down from you, right there in Laverne, that rent and sell. I called them. I personally called them. And the guy says, just a minute, I'll put you in charge, I'll put you in touch with one of our salesmen. And I hung on the phone for like 14 minutes. I was going, okay, I don't guess they want to talk today. Or maybe didn't have one, but just walked away. You know, numerous places I called around the country, it was the same thing. I'll call you right back. So,
What's the weight limit on this thing?
I'm sorry?
What's the weight limit?
500 pounds.
500 pounds.
Can get on it then, okay.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye. All opposed, motion carries. Okay, next meeting? Oh, absolutely. Members, we have we have to bring it before purchasing, as we did last time, but it's an agreement. It's the lease agreement that Nick has already approved. All he did was change a few words, but if you'll recall last year, in order for us to use the State Farm property to give vaccinations and testing through State Farm Legal sent us another one. We have to ratify this through purchasing, and then we'll take it on to the full commission week after next to get ratification. What it does, it just protects us, it protects State Farm. Nothing's really changed, it's just a few words in here, but what we're doing is ratifying, allowing us to lease that piece of property to give our vaccinations for the health department at no charge of the deal that I worked out with them. So that's all we're doing. So the chair will entertain a motion to accept this lease agreement. Okay, have a motion and a second. Commissioner Buchanan, any further discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. All opposed, motion carries. Motion from Commissioner Cook and second by Buchanan. Anything else? Next meeting date is the
September 21st.
September 21st, 4:30. Commissioner Gammon.
This is the one that needs to be signed on the lift.
Got it right.
Oh, okay, okay.
The original.
Yes, sending that around. I have none, I'll sign it real quick.
Send it on the front. I didn't see a signature page.
Pardon me?
He's got it.
Sign that. Anything else to come before us? And adjourned. Sign that form before you leave for.